Hey guys, what's up? It's Sachika. Welcome to my channel. If you're new, I do art, student and lifestyle content. So if you're interested in that, head down and subscribe. This is editing me right here, so the rest of the video is going to be a different background, me in a different outfit, whatever. The reason I'm here is because the front, that is the start, that is the intro of my video, got cut off and for some reason didn't record. And so here I am fixing that and introducing myself. So hello, welcome to my channel, and this is a new video and let's get into it. Today we're talking about what I did after I submitted my project. I will link that video down below and up here, yeah, there somewhere and you guys can go watch it if you want to see what I did in my term 1 in the IISF course at LCF. But this is what we did after, which means everything before term 2. Now term 2 for me did start yesterday, which was Jan 4th, and we did have our first class yesterday for the new project unit, whatever. But that's not going to be part of this video because I want it to be cohesive in terms of whatever we did before this in preparation for this. And so today we're talking about everything we did after the submission but before yesterday's class, which isn't exactly only Christmas homework because we did have a class before that as well where we did do stuff. But yeah, let's start. So in that class, the first thing we did actually was we drew our hand. We drew our hand multiple times. It was an exercise of spontaneity and also how weirdly we can bend our hand and also how quick we can think or how quick we can draw. It was just kind of like a warm-up exercise. It was some 6 exercises or something. One where you draw normally, one with your other hand, one with one continuous line, one continuous with your other hand, and one in color and so on. I'll just put up the exercise up here and also the page that I did create out of it. The next thing we did was draw our feet. So we progressed from one set of limbs to the second set of limbs. Basically what we were supposed to do was draw whatever we had on our feet and basically anything below the knee. And that's what we did. So what I did was I placed my knees up. I was sitting at my desk and so I had to turn around and I placed my legs up on this side table that I have next to my bed, and I took a picture of it and I drew it. And then we had to do the same thing again but just digitally, which could be on our phones or on whatever other device that we wanted. I have my iPad and I used Procreate and I'll put that up here as well. And the last but not the least, the thing that we did was draw a still life thing. Basically we had to put together a bunch of stuff, just like a composition of whatever we wanted. I did a suitcase, but we had to include a pair of shoes. So I had a suitcase, a pair of shoes, a coffee mug, a stuffed toy, my watch, my perfume bottle, all of that. I put it together in this display of things picture. I put it up in this display of things and then I had to draw it, so I drew it. The first part of it was we just draw it in black and white and with varying thickness of lines, and then we had to go ahead and use color into it and infuse color into things very roughly, very not professionally. We weren't painting or anything. It was just strokes or textures that we wanted to show and include in that drawing, things that we found that were necessary or not. We were left to our own creative devices, I guess. Now coming to the Christmas homework. Now I'm going to insert the list that me and my classmates made for the amount of Christmas homework that we had. So one page is literally just dedicated to IFS, which is the replacement of Toolbox, which is what we had last term. It was called Toolbox, the unit, and now it's called IFS, which is Introduction to the Fashion System. So one page, one like A5 page, was literally just homework for IFS, and another half page for my other 2 classes, which was Academic Communication and Fashion History, Culture and Context. Now academic communication and F8CC, it wasn't so bad. Like for academic communication, I'd write a 200 to 300 word essay. There was research involved, of course, but it was just a small summary. And F8CC, we just had to find 3 pictures from the Victoria and Albert Museum, which is what we will be writing our 1000 word essay on in this term for the final submission. But basically that was just, it was not too much, right? But IFS, oh my god, that was insane. So now from what I know of this, whatever we've done and the briefing that we had before, what we will do in the next term is create a collaboration between a brand and an artist. And the brand can be any brand that we really like and that we want to work for in the future. So I chose Burberry because I do really love their style and aesthetic and all of that. So I chose Burberry as my brand, and I chose a pair of artists called Tukral and Tangra, which are Indian. They're an Indian duo of contemporary artists. Yes, they're still alive, and they work out of Delhi, and I chose them as my artists and my research project people. Okay, so for IFS, the first thing that we had to do was actually visit galleries and find artists. Now, given the current situation, I couldn't really visit more than one gallery because they were not open. And so I just did most of this research online. Not most of it, all of it. I did all of it online, and I chose these 2 as my pair of artists because I loved their theme, but I also loved their style. It was all very bright and very clear-cut lines, and it was all amazing, and I really liked it. And that's why I chose them, as opposed to Burberry, who have neutral themes and very formal looking clothing. I chose a pair of artists who have bright, colorful designs and paintings and just really out there. So we had to go to the gallery and research, but I didn't get to do that. I did it all online. And then we had to create 8 A3 sized sheets, which for context is 16 A4 or 4 A2 size sheets worth of research. Now this can be pictures, any analysis that you want to do, any collages that you want to make out of their work, anything really. As long as you don't draw anything on that. That was not what the project was meant for. Those 8 A3 sheets were just research. Now we had 4 more A3 sheets that we had to do. We had to recreate drawings of the artists that we liked and just draw them out. Now this could have obviously be split into 8 A4 or 4 A4 and 2 A3, however you wanted. So I just did 4 drawings on 4 different A3 size sheets and left it at that. And we didn't have to color it in or anything. It was just for our own knowledge and kind of acquainting ourselves with their style. So after we created those 12 A3 sheets worth of research something, we had to go ahead and we had to buy a pair of white shoes, sneakers preferably, from wherever, just a cheap pair of white shoes, and we had to customize them in the style of the artist. Now I will insert pictures of my shoes. We just had to customize them in any way that we liked, however we thought that the artists would do it if they did. But we also had to infuse some of our own personal style into it. So my personal style is kind of whimsy and like colorful, but also kind of flamboyant, hence the opposing pics of the artist and Burberry. But other than that, basically you can see that I've left a lot of white space on the sneaker, but I've also added some colorful details like the flower and the leaves and the design that I've done throughout. And the reason I put the wings at the back was when they first mentioned that we had to customize a pair of sneakers, my first thought was Hermes from Greek mythology. He has winged shoes or winged sandals or whatever that help him as the messenger of the gods, and so I thought, why not? And I did find a pair of artists who have a lot of sculpture in their work. They're very sculptural, and so the wings kind of fit into that as well. That's why I made them 3D. Yeah, that was the shoes. Now the last bit of homework that we had was to write a brand heritage report for the brand that we picked. Now mine was Burberry. Basically it had to be 4 pages long, a minimum of 300 words, and it had to contain minimum 10 pictures. Now I'll put up pictures of mine. I had 5 pages. I'm an overachiever. I had 5 pages of writing and pictures and research that I did. I think I had approximately 600 words on there, which is insane. And no, more than 700 words or 800 words on there, which is insane actually. But Burberry has a rich history. It was started in 1856. I mean, what do you expect? So we had to write a brand heritage report, and yeah, in conclusion, I used up an entire A3 sheet of, like a book of A3 sheets from 4th December till 4th Jan. In case you guys were wondering, from 14th December to 4th Jan. In case you guys were wondering what art students did, this is what we do. And so I used up an entire... Oh, I forgot one thing. Actually, we also, you know, the still life thing that I talked about in class, we had to make 2 still life drawings in the style of the artist that we chose. So I just made them 2 A4 size things, 2 drawings on 1 A3 sheet, and finished it off. So in total, I used up a full 15-page A3 sheet book just from 14th December till 4th January. And that's not even counting my brand heritage report, which was 5 other pages, A3 sized, which I made on my computer, but still. We had so much homework. All of us were like, we're not going to get to spend any time with our families. Now the thing is, my parents are working, they are doctors, and we don't really celebrate Christmas anyway. The reason I'm here is because it's a holiday. And so I'm at home from morning till whenever they come back, and that's usually around 6:30, and so I can spend the entire day doing homework that my friends cannot, because Christmas is a huge deal for a lot of them and they want to spend time with their families. Even otherwise, like, we're teenagers, we want some time off, you know, but we didn't get that. I think, however, the reason all of it was so piled up into the Christmas break was because our term started more than a month late, and they still need to cover everything that they need to cover. And also, most of this was in preparation for the second project, which ends on the 1st of Feb. The submission is the 1st of Feb. And that's insane to me because it's literally only like 4 weeks away, and all of us are just so screwed. Yeah, that was pretty much how I spent my Christmas break, working and doing nothing else. I met my friends a couple of times, twice. But yeah, that's how I spent my Christmas break, and probably how you're gonna spend your Christmas break as well, which is kind of sad. I hope you guys liked this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope these videos help you to understand if you guys want to join the IISF course or any course in LCF. There's also a second foundation course which is called IPF, International Preparation for Fashion or something. I hope you guys liked it. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, consider subscribing to my channel. Like I said, I do student, lifestyle and art. Now, everything that's part of my life basically, I put up here. And if you liked it, go ahead and subscribe down below. Give this video a like and also leave a comment with anything really. If you guys feel sorry for me, tell me that down below, because I feel sorry for myself. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Bye!